Hello, hello. A-Listers podcast is back. I'm Catherine Rowe, and here again with me for another lovely week is my amazing co-host,
Miss Jocelyn Rochelle reporting live. How are you, Catherine?
I am doing amazing. I am excited to talk about this movie with you and excited to see your amazing face again.
Oh, thank you.
So, this week we're talking about After the Hunt, which we were supposed to talk about a couple weeks ago, but seemingly not in a lot of theaters. I don't think this
Yeah.
movie is. So, it was a little bit hard for us to track down to go see it on the same week. But nevertheless, we're here. We watched it. So, this movie, After the Hunt, quick little summary from our favorite Rotten Tomatoes website. A gripping psychological drama about a college professor who's also Julia Roberts, key factor. I think that's a big draw in for the movie, who finds herself at a personal and professional crossroads when a star student, Iowa Debris, levels an accusation on one of her colleagues, Andrew Garfield, aka Spider-Man, and a dark secret from her own past threatens to come into the light. Dun dun dun. Oh, you know what? I just realized we forgot to do. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. We forgot to do our
I,
Oscars and our Razzies for the week and our Rotten Tomatoes.
I was like, maybe she's gonna circle back. I was like, kind of like it, but
Well, so the people in this movie were not having a great week. But tell me
yeah,
about how your week has gone, Jocelyn.
love that pivot. My week has been pretty good. I would say my Oscar for the week was yesterday, which was at the time we're recording this, which was Saturday. I had a pretty slow morning. I got to sleep in. I got this amazing apple chai latte, which was delicious. And then I got a bagel. It was like a jalapeno and cheddar bagel with bacon on it. It was pretty good. It wasn't a New York bagel, but
I was gonna say, were you missing New York, and so you decided to get a bagel, or?
I was, I was missing a little New York a little bit, and it was a little smaller too. I was like, gotta go bigger.
New York
Yeah.
would better.
And then I also I stopped by J. Crew, and they had a sale. They had a sale where like if you bought like 3 or more sale items, you got 70% off. So I got like 70% off, and I got this cute dress.
70%
work.
off the whole thing, or 70% off your fourth item?
Of the whole thing.
Oh, okay, that's a good deal. That's a good deal.
Yeah. Because, it's like when you see, like, bags. Like, I kept seeing J. Crew bags, and I'm like, let me go in. And I went in, and I, too, had a J. Crew bag. And I like J. Crew. So that was my Oscar of the week. And then my Razzie of the week was on Friday. I found out that I have to travel, like, this week. So Monday through Friday. Which is not fun. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I've traveled before, but like, it's a little. I've usually kind of traveled either like Monday through Thursday or like, no, Monday through like Wednesday or like Tuesday through Thursday, but it's kind of like a Monday through Friday deal. And it was just a little short notice, so I mean,
Yeah.
I'll get
It's a long
over it.
time to be gone, too.
Yeah, but I did find like a dress at J. Crew that I could wear that week. So I was like, I could wear this on my business trip. So that'll be fun. And then, to be honest, I kind of like wandering the airport. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like,
You famously love an airport outfit as well.
I do like an airport outfit. And and every time I'm putting on an airport outfit, I'm like, I need to invest more in my airport outfits. So one day,
Like, you need to dress up nicer, or you just need new airport outfits?
I feel like I want like a nice chic matching set. I have one, but I feel like I want to get another one. So, but yeah,
Santa Claus is listening.
Oh yeah, 'tis the season. Hallmark.
So
started
what-
to count. Oh,
Is there a brand you'd want your pajamas, or not your pajamas, your matching set from?
no, it's like I don't really have a no, because it's like I don't really want like a sweatsuit, you know. I want kind of like a button down, kind of like like flowy
I was just trying to get you a brand deal, but go ahead.
Oh! It's like, well, I love my H&M sweatsuit or matching set right now. But yeah, we'll see. So yeah, that was just like my Razzie. It'll be fine, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Make a good time of it.
Yeah. And I do kind of like wandering the airport, you know. Like I don't mind getting there a little early to wander.
Are you do you like buying a meal at an airport? Or are you just like walking around? Like, are you looking for like a restaurant or?
Okay, so I do have lounge access. So
Ooh. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
since like I do have status and stuff, so I do like to go to the lounge and kind of hang out there. But like not all airports have lounges, so I still kind of like to walk around. Like I would purposely like in the Atlanta airport, you could take the plane train, but I purposely like walk to the next gates.
Thing is, you really would be best friends with my mom. Like, you and her have such similar ideas about what's fun in life. It's like, could I make this a quick 10-minute train ride, or do I want to make this an hour and a half walking? And it's like, you both would pick the walking.
It's like, we're going to be sitting down anyway. Like, might as well just take a nice little walk, get some steps in. Yeah.
I just don't get to the airport that early, so I don't have that choice. So
see, yeah, I like to get there a little early. It's so funny because like I've gotten multiple Uber drivers. They're like, "What time's your flight?" And I'd be like, "We're fine." I'm like, I knew it was
don't even stress.
Yeah, it's like I knew it was gonna be traffic. One guy was like, "You're really calm," and I was like, "You're really calm for all this traffic," and I was like, "I accounted for it." I was like, "It's fine."
You're like, my flight's not even today. It's tomorrow. Do not worry about it.
But that's so overall I would say a Rotten Tomato score of maybe we'll give it like a 88.
Ooh.
We'll do 88. So we'll do 88. Yeah. What about you?
It's a pretty good score.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna so my Razzie and then my Oscar. Because they're both in the same day. It was kind of like the same story. But yesterday I went to a new little like bakery matcha place to try a new matcha with a friend. And the whole reason why we went was because we'd been seeing it on TikTok and it was like very fall themed. And on social media what we saw was they would put these like ghosts in their lattes and stuff. I don't know if you've seen this. I don't know if you still get New York stuff, but they would like draw little like faces and they would like smear some kind of like cream or whip on the side so you get like a cute like ghost in your latte.
Where is this?
It was on the east side. So we went over there, we get there. I see like people coming in and out. I'm like, oh wow, people are coming in and out really, really quickly. And we do get through the line quickly and we order. And then we're standing there and I hear this girl beside us go, oh yeah, it's about a 40-minute wait. And I was like, I ordered a matcha.
40-minute wait? Just to figure out how to smear a ghost?
And let me tell you, well, that's a part of the story, okay? So let me tell you, we waited about probably, I don't even know, 45 minutes to almost an hour. We didn't like fully track when we were doing it. But like it was fine. We were having a good time. We were just chatting and stuff. They had a really good coffee cake there. Finally, our orders come out. And I had not specified that I wanted the ghost on our drinks because I saw every single drink that was coming out had it. And there was like a guy in the back drawing on all of the cups. So I was like, oh, cool. They just doing it. Like, they know why I'm here. And then after this hour wait, my drink comes out, no ghost. I was like, okay.
No. Were they charging extra for the ghost?
I would assume maybe they were, but it didn't, like, I guess I didn't hear anyone else saying it or I didn't see it. So, like, the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, it's going to be fine. Like, it's a long wait, but it's cool. I'm going to get a cute picture. It'll be really cute. It'll be fun. And the matcha was good. I liked my drink. My friend did not like hers, which was sad. I felt bad. But yeah, so that was my Razzie, was that I was like, I just waited an hour for like an average drink. That was not even.
Did the friend get the matcha? I mean, the ghost?
No.
No Ghostbusters at all.
No. And I was like, barista, you did me dirty. You know why I was here at, a Saturday morning ordering this matcha. Like, you know why I'm here. You should ask me.
And it's kind of like when the like when they, it's like I feel like they should ask, like, you know how they ask like, what kind of milk do you like? It's like,
No,
please
exactly.
do not. Thank you for being conscious of my like bubble guts this morning. Thank you. It's like, I would like almond milk, you know?
Yeah, and I guess that's why I didn't even think about it, because she didn't say like, oh, do you want it? And the strawberry matcha and the drink that my friend got were both off the like seasonal fall menu, I'm pretty sure. So I was like, oh, I bet all of the drinks on there come with it. So I know, I was like, wow. But then my Oscar was right afterwards. We ended up walking over to Central Park and just enjoying some of the fall weather and enjoying seeing some of the, it wasn't very fall foliage yet, but it was just pretty. And then I walked home, and it was just a nice Saturday. So it started off a little interesting. You know, I was like, New York social media got me once again. They bamboozled me into sitting in this coffee shop for an hour. Yeah. And the worst part is I kind of want to go back, because I genuinely want to drink that has a ghost in it.
Just go like in a... You can do like what I used to do for Ralph's. Like, you got to go in, like before work during the weekday.
Okay. Jesse, I want to remind you once again that I go into the office every day.
As I said that, maybe like Thanksgiving week.
True. I'll force my... You know what? I was going to say I'll force my parents to go there, but I think that would give them a bad impression of New York. So my Rotten Tomatoes score overall for the week was probably pretty similar to you. Maybe like an 80%, I would say. Like pretty good, pretty average. Much better than the Rotten Tomatoes score of this movie, which we're now getting back to after I jumped around a little bit on the outline, so my apologies. So currently on the tomato meter, it's at a 40%. Oof. And currently the popcorn meter is at a 33%. Oof. So very, very divisive right now. But let's start off with, okay, so Julia Roberts is the main character of this movie. And I think one of the big draws to the movie is to go see her. Are you a Julia Roberts fan? Do you have like a favorite Julia Roberts movie? Least favorite Julia Roberts movie?
I am a fan of Julia Roberts. Mostly because she's from Georgia. I think that
Georgia Peaches like, unite.
Yes. It's like I wish I could say that like I'm a fan because of this movie, but honestly it's because she's from Georgia. But I do like her in like Notting Hill. I do like her in whatchamacallit? Mona Lisa Smile. I think that would have to be like my favorite Julia Roberts movie.
I have never seen that Julia Roberts movie, actually.
Oh, really?
Sorry.
It's a good. She also plays Professor in that one, which is like a fun fact. This is the third time that Julia Roberts played a professor. She played a professor in this one, Mona Lisa Smile, and then I think Larry Crown. Yeah.
Do you think whenever actors do that, it's because that's what they wanted to do if they weren't acting, and they were like, this is the closest thing that I can do to being a professor, is just playing a professor a bunch of times?
I think so. Or like I feel like it might like match their like personality, you know? So like I feel like certain actors just kind of have like that lawyer personality, so they stay playing lawyers, you know?
I was thinking of, did you watch the show The Pit that came out on HBO Max this past year?
No, I didn't.
Well, the main guy in that, Noah Wyle, his other like major thing was he was in ER back in like the 90s, where he also played a doctor. And sometimes I'm like, did he just fail out of chemistry class and he really wanted to wear scrubs all day? Do you have a least favorite Julia Roberts movie? Because she's got a lot of movies.
I did get a little annoyed at Runaway Bride because she kept running away.
That's the correct answer. That's absolutely the correct answer. That's the one where she leaves like 3 or 4 different men at the altar, right?
Yeah.
And
at you know, at that point, it's like you have to be more mad at her family. It's like, stop letting her do this.
No, that movie made me be a little bit like, should feminism exist? Like, we might need to set women's rights back a little bit. Like,
but yeah. Other than that, no. I feel like as I'm like looking at the list, I realize that I haven't seen too many. Like I haven't seen Eat, Pray, Love. Um,
I haven't seen that one either.
yeah, and it's kind of like I don't really have a desire to see it either.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you?
Yeah, I'm a big Julia Roberts fan. I think her style is really cool in real life. Like, she seems like a cool person, too. Favorite Julia Roberts movies? I really like... Okay, Still Magnolias, which I think is also set, like, in the South. That movie I watched as an adult, and it made me cry really hard.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if she's my favorite part in that movie, but I did just really enjoy that movie. Or... I really enjoy the Oceans movies, like Oceans 10, 11, or like 11, 12, 13, and she is in those movies. So maybe it's not a good thing that I'm picking movies where she's not necessarily the lead.
Okay.
But I do. I don't think I saw a lot of her like rom-coms until I was an adult. Like I didn't see Pretty Women until I was an adult, or Notting Hill until I was an adult. But I've never seen Eat, Pray, Love. Which is like, as a white woman, that might be a foundational text I need to go back and review. But no, I like her a lot. What about Andrew Garfield and Io Debris? Are you fans of theirs, or?
I like Io Debris. I'm trying to think. I like her in The Bear. I feel like even though you gotta be calm when you're watching The Bear, and sometimes like Io's character, I'm just like. With her and Carney, I'm like, oh boy, like if y'all just don't communicate. So yeah, I like her. I'm trying to think. She's been in a lot. Like she's been booked and busy. She was in Opus earlier this year, which was,
not our favorite, but
yeah, but yeah, like her. And then Andrew Garfield, I was 2 years old. Found out that he has an English accent. Do you know this? Okay.
I did know this.
Okay. I like saw like a little clip of like after The Hunt came up, and then it was like him talking. He was like, "Yeah, it was like really powerful." I was like, "Excuse me, what?" And but he was like born in Los Angeles, but like I think he's a dual citizen. So
He just looks like a British man to me, I think.
He does.
Especially as he's aged, he looks like one.
Yeah. I feel like he really enjoys a cup of tea, So.
He likes a sweater best,
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. Is that the requirement for all Spider-Mans to be? Well, Tobey Maguire wasn't. He's not British.
No, but maybe it is a requirement now.
Maybe so. Who knows? Who knows? But what about you? Are you a fan of Io and Andrew?
Yeah, I am. I am kind of similar about The Bear. I haven't watched the most recent season of it because it is just miscommunication is one of my least favorite things, and that the whole show is just a lot of that piled on. But she's really good in that. I actually first saw her in a show called Dickinson on Apple TV that stars Haley Steinfeld as Emily Dickinson. She has a very small role in it, but she was like a writer in it. Then I've seen some other movies with her in it. Bottoms is a classic movie. Love that movie. But yeah, I think I like her and everything she's in. I think she's a real big like media personality. She's very hilarious, and she like starts a lot of memes, and she had a letterbox there for a while. Andrew Garfield, she did. Yeah, she had like she famously reviewed I think it was like Star Wars where she like gave like a funny review where she was like, I just can't get over how ugly Yoda is. Like Yoda is so ugly. Like, and then she was the one that started that meme where it's like, I'm already seated. Like the theater employees are trying to get me out of here, but I'm so sad. That is just like something I say a lot. And then Andrew Garfield, I actually really liked his Spider-Man. I know that those are kind of like not as popular movies, but he just seems like a really sweet guy. He's gotten a lot of hair transplants in the past couple of years, but I approve of it.
Maybe he was just applying some castor oil,
No. I've seen the TikToks. I've seen the but he looks very good. So yeah, I think that for me, that was the big draw of this movie. So, but yeah, so those three I think were a big draw for me going into the movie. And then I do also love a psychological drama. Because I think when you're watching the trailer, it's kind of hard to tell what's going to go on other than
Yeah.
a student gets assaulted and she's accusing someone, and then from there. So, but what did you think overall of the movie, like coming out of it? What were your thoughts?
Okay, so the showtime for this movie for me today was at 1:55 p.m. So this is fresh in my mind. Oof. Okay. I walked out of the movie not liking a lot of the characters, but being like, I feel like I could name a good about, like I could point out, like in real life, a lot of these characters, or just like kind of like it seems realistic, which sucks, but it's like, I don't know, as far as like the movie, I feel like the plot could have probably been better and like maybe brought out certain things better, but I don't know, mixed feelings. When I see the 40%, I'm like, I can see it. Yeah. It's like, I see what y'all tried to do, but like execution wise, maybe not the best, but yeah, it kind of like I just kind of left me like, ugh, I guess like bah humbug in a way. So yeah. What about you?
No, I had very similar feelings that when I was sitting there and then leaving, I was like, I don't think I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And it, like you said, I think they did a lot of stuff well. Like a lot of the conversations between people felt like natural conversations and less like scripted conversations between people. And I do think it was accurate how some of this stuff would play out. But they also they handled like a lot of topics in one movie. Like there was a lot. So it definitely was a movie that like everybody, when like the lights turned back on, everybody was talking to each other about it. So I do think it's like a good movie to chat with someone about and kind of like talk through some of your thoughts. But same, I didn't like a lot of the characters afterwards, which I think like you're not supposed to. Like I think it's supposed to show like everyone's moral grayness. I think the psychological like thriller part of it was less like, that's where I felt like the plot fell apart, because I was like, why, okay, spoiler territory, but I was like, why, oh sorry, no. Oh, I thought you were about to do something.
I just said dun dun dun. That's all.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said hold on, and I was like, oh,
no.
Happen. But spoiler territory. Like I was like, oh, why is she sick? Like, what's going on with that? Like, what's happening with the pictures? But it was like less psychological thriller than I thought it was gonna be, and just kind of more of like, I'm confused. I don't know.
It was more like people being annoying in a way.
Yeah.
And like, speaking of her stomach, I was like, when she first was like holding her stomach and throwing up, I was like, oh, stomach ulcers. And then
it's that southern accent coming out.
Me and Julia Roberts. But then also, we didn't talk about how Julia Roberts is the aunt of Emma Roberts.
She is.
Yeah. But
is there a further part of that, or are we just
no, I just think that's cool.
Okay.
I just think that's cool. And I loved Emma Roberts' movie Holiday, which is on Netflix.
You know what? I actually love that movie too.
It's so good.
It's good.
But okay, so her stomach, and I'm like, oh no, girly pop, like your stomach hurts. And then so me using, like, I'm not a doctor or anything, but I'm like, you should probably avoid like soda pops, coffee, alcohol, and then like smoking. And she was literally doing all of that. And I'm like, okay, so maybe it's not that. I'm like, maybe she has something else. But then in the end, when she was in the hospital, the doctor was like, oh, you have like some pretty big stomach ulcers. And I'm like, so you just didn't care. You were just popping the pills and just didn't care.
I thought that she That's very smart of you. You should be a doctor because that's very astute of you.
Maybe I'll just play one on a show.
I'd watch it. Grey's Anatomy. Let's go. I thought she was like recovering from cancer or something, and like her liver could not handle the amount of alcohol she was consuming. Or I was like, is she an like alcoholic that came from rehab? Because she has like a comment that she took a break during her academic career. So I thought there was going to be something that came out that's like, oh, she's recovering, but she keeps consuming like copious amounts of alcohol. But yeah, she just had bad habits at the end of the day.
Yeah, she just kept on going. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. Also, I really did like her outfits. I was like, it's making me want to go to Madewell. And then I know we're kind of
find an oversized blazer.
Yes, oversized blazer. Those like the white jeans that are like straight leg. Also, she was wearing a lot of white in the beginning, and I was like, oh, she's innocent. White. I was like,
you're ready.
Yes.
You had it ready.
I was like, symbolism. And then later on, I'm like, don't think she's that innocent. But later on, like, I noticed her outfits, and then I noticed Io's outfits, and I was like, okay, yeah, like, they're definitely trying to, like, match each other. Especially, like, with the necklace. I was like, okay, I can see what's going on here. But, but yeah. But, I don't know about you, but I kind of felt that, like, pretty much every character was kind of selfish in a way, except like Frank. And then as I was driving
Frank's
home,
the husband, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, even Frank was kind of selfish because he would just play his music loud, and she'd be like, "Hey, can you cut this down?" And he'd be like, "Whatever." And like, yeah.
Okay, but to defend him, she was not telling him anything.
Oh yeah.
Like, because I also got kind of annoyed at him during the scene where she's talking to Io's character, and I'm like, this is a serious topic. But then I was like, Frank doesn't know that. Frank doesn't know that her student was assaulted. Frank doesn't know that they're handling this. So
yeah,
he was just hanging out, you know.
But Frank was my favorite character, to be honest. But I think Frank knew a lot more, and he was a lot smarter. Because number one, when like after the article came out, he was like, "Do you not want to talk about this?" And she was like, "No, like it's fine. Like I haven't heard anything." She's like, "Wow." And Frank was like, "Okay, like I know you know more than this. Like, come on."
Yeah.
And then when he said, he was like, "Oh, like are you not attracted to me because I'm not in the philosophy department?" And I was like, "Oh, he knows." He knows.
No, Frank called everything from the very beginning. Like, he was like, she's in love with you, he's in love with you, and you really like that. And she's like, what? No.
Yeah. So shout out to Frank. But yeah, it was a lot. How did you feel about like Andrew Garfield's character?
I actually really liked his character because I think that's like true to form of what a lot of men who like do take advantage of women like can come across as. Like in a lot of situations he seems very charming. He maybe doesn't view what he did as wrong. Like I think he probably genuinely thinks that she was flirting with him or she wanted him to come on to him, and he doesn't think that he should have his life ruined because of something that happened. So I thought it was like a really accurate like depiction of a guy you could come across on a college campus, or like a TA that might be like a little predatory. So I thought he did a really good job with that.
Yeah, and I liked how the point where like Julia Roberts was like, you flirt with all the girls, she was like, I don't even understand. But even in that party scene, like he grabbed her like leg, and I was like, are they dating? Like what's going on here? Because he like really grabbed her leg, and like no one flinched. So yeah, I guess that was just like him being him. But for him to be a professor and not like a TA, I was like,
Oh yeah, he's a professor.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of interesting.
No, he was very touchy-feely in the beginning, and I was like, I know they're all seemingly friends because they're hanging out at this dinner party, but I would not touch a professor or a student in that way. But even that, sometimes I'm like, I feel like there's some people that that you're just like, oh, I would never think they would hurt someone else, but they are really touchy friendly, or they're really flirty, and like it's like,
Yeah. And even like I was very confused. The bar scene with him and Julia Roberts, they were very like friendly, and I was like, okay, something's going on here. So
no, when he got up and like kissed her cheek, it was really close to her. It was because the whole time I was like, I don't think they've had an affair. I think he is just like fascinated by her and like obsessed with her. But then I was like, they've kissed before. They've touched lips before. This has happened.
Yeah. Yeah, that was interesting. I do want to say this as a very like serious topic. I enjoy the Ivy League aesthetic. Like the whole time that they were on campus, I was like, and I realized like, I don't know, something about that like that New England school aesthetic. Love it. Like I watched Dead Poet Society on the plane the other day just for the aesthetic. The Holdovers, just for the aesthetic.
Talk about some sad movies to watch for the aesthetic.
Yeah, Dead Poet Society. I was like, I was like, when are we
get to the last 30 minutes and you're like, skip. I can't watch. I don't want to watch this.
Holdovers, boys getting left for Christmas, but yeah, what other movie? Like Mona Lisa Smile. That's also it takes place at Wesley, which is like a sister school of Harvard, I think. Okay. Also, New England aesthetic. Yeah, love it. New England school aesthetic. But yeah. So.
No, I agree. This movie, I was like, I want to throw on a business casual outfit and go have a discussion with people on like the library, like on campus or something. At least in the beginning, and then it gets a little bit more, and you're like, oh, maybe.
Yeah. but the last snow scene was really pretty.
Yeah, it was really pretty.
How did you feel about them being philosophy like professors, or like in the Department of Philosophy?
Yeah, maybe you didn't think this, but I thought that it made sense because I thought it was funny whenever they'd be like talking about stuff on there's a scene where they're like talking about such on like a high level, and maybe it's Andrew Garfield who's like, you're talking hypotheticals, like I'm right here, this is a situation that's happening, and talking about it. So I thought it fit that these would be like pretentious people who would talk about like what's morally right and what's ethically right and how is the world made, and then when it comes to actually dealing with like a like morally complicated situation, I mean, it really shouldn't be complicated, but a situation that is complicated on different levels, they would then struggle and not make good decisions. And I think I think Julia Roberts can kill in a philosophy discussion, but then when she's actually having to live out what she teaches and actually having to like support a female student, she clearly like does not internalize her stuff,
Yeah.
So what did you think? Have you ever taken a philosophy class also?
I don't think so, now that I think about it. Yeah, maybe I should.
You're talking to a philosophy expert over here. I took an intro to philosophy class at the University of Kentucky.
Okay. Yeah, I just did psychology. I didn't do philosophy. How was it? Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it. It was very interesting. Since it was intro, like the professor was very like, I'm not trying to like turn you guys into philosophers. I just kind of want to introduce some of it. But I did come out of it being like, y'all major in this? Like, like a lot of it was very interesting stuff, and like learning how to structure arguments I found very interesting, and learning like all the different types of arguments was very cool. But I was like, I could never do what I was trying to do in this movie and like be a PhD.
Yeah. Well, and to that point, when Frank was like, so why do you want to do this? And
he was asking the real questions, like Frank was the audience stand-in.
Yeah, and he was like, so like what? He was like, you're gonna devote like 5 years of your life to this. Like, why do you want to do this? How did you? Okay, so at the beginning, of course, I was like, okay, I like her character, but slowly as the movie progressed, I was kind of like, don't know how I feel about you, Io. or Maggie, I think was her name. But yeah, how did you feel about her?
Yeah, same. I think throughout the whole time, I think the movie wanted you to believe her and think that she should be like validated or like at least believed and supported. But then she just would do a lot of stuff. Like she was obviously in love with Julia Roberts. Like she was pretty, at least from my perspective, pretty obviously in love with her. And I think that like was affecting a lot of what she was doing. I like that they made her a rich kid too, because I do think that made it like an interesting dynamic of like, what does she feel privileged to do? Like what like Julia Roberts, I think felt like she couldn't upset her because of like that rich kid privilege and all of that. But yeah, no, same thing by the end. I was like, even though you're technically in the right here, I do you're going about this in an interesting way. Like you're like, I think like her obsession with Julia Roberts was like stopping her from doing a lot of the right things. Like I think she wanted Julia Roberts like, I don't know, like validation or love more than she wanted like safety or to be like believed and respected and stuff. Like I think she just like kept going after that.
Yeah. I was kind of like, at the end I was like, I believe you, but it's like I just don't think like I like you as a person.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the end, she said she was engaged to a woman who was like 50. I was like, okay, so
she was like 43. She was like, guess how old she is? 43. And it's like, okay, it's like, we believe you. Yeah. But even like when she like plagiarized, and I was like, you're a PhD student, you're out here plagiarizing. And even like there was just something else. I was just kind of like, it's like, okay, like I believe you, but I still just don't like your character. Oh, in the beginning, when she like went through the bathroom scene and she like took the article and like she was just going through their stuff, and I was like, okay, don't go through their stuff. Do you go through people's stuff at a party?
No,
like,
I do
when
not.
You go to their house.
I don't even do that when I dog sit and I'm left alone in someone's home for multiple days. But it was an amateur move on their end to not have toilet paper out and ready to go. I also was like, this is not very hidden. Like, if her husband just cleans the bathroom, he will probably stumble across this envelope that is taped on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree. There was like several points where I was just like, can you just listen to your partner and like stay away from Julia Roberts? She's clearly not on your side. Like, and let's not focus on it. She just like kept coming back to her. And
even at the beginning, it's like when Julia Roberts is like, so what are you trying to tell me? I would have been like, okay, peace out. You're not on my side. Like, we got to find somebody else, or it's just like, I got to do something else. But, and even like when she was writing those articles, she was just kind of like, she was like, as a black woman in higher education. And I was just kind of like a little eye roll. I was like, all right, like,
that part to me, I think felt a lot like it was a white writer trying to like add in some race elements, where it felt a little bit like, I don't know, like they just didn't take it deeper, so then it did feel like a little like just superficial with some of this stuff.
Yeah. But what was I gonna say?
What did you think about the big reveal at the end about her having been like a grooming victim and stuff?
Yeah, I once again love Frank, because I'm like, it's giving, like it was kind of giving like Lolita, but I'm like, girl, you were young, and she was just kind of like, no, but like I really loved him, and it's just like, no.
No, I really liked when Frank was just like, when she's like, oh, I didn't give him a choice, and Frank was like, adults always have a choice. He could have chosen to not be in a relationship with a 15-year-old.
Yes. Shout out to Frank.
Frank was a real feminist. At the end of the day, like, Frank understands gender roles, authority roles, all of that stuff.
Frank left out the little pills every morning. Like, all Frank wanted to do was just put his music on loud. That's all he wanted to do. And he just went about his business. And it just sucks for her to like feel so guilty about that for like so many years. And it's like, he still was in the wrong, girl. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
all your fault. Like he still was kind of like in the wrong. But yeah, that was something. Also, her apartment, her having a separate apartment.
Yeah. That's why I think I kind of agree with what you said, because her husband knew about the apartment, because she says, like, oh, I'm going to go down to. So, like, maybe you're right. Maybe
Yeah.
he did just know that she slept with Andrew Garfield before, because I was like, no spouse has a separate apartment that has a bed, first of all, and a couch. And you're going to tell me that they weren't having an affair? Like, maybe you're right. Frank did know about what was going on.
Oh, Frank for sure knew. But he's just like, whatever. I love you anyway. But even like I can.
I want to know how much. Go ahead. You're good.
No, I was gonna say like, I can see her having like a separate apartment to write or whatever to get away, but then she was like, she would always be like, oh, the rich kids, all the rich kids. It's like, girl, you have a whole separate apartment.
Listen, she had a caterer that was hosting her dinner parties.
Yes,
she had a separate apartment. Like, she is of the richies now. Maybe she did not grow up rich, but
yes, she had. Yeah, and she told the person, she was like, oh, the table looks so nice, and it's like you have somebody working in your home, and they'd be like, oh, these rich kids, they're so privileged. It's like, girl, you have a whole a separate apartment in the same city. It's not even like it's like a second home.
It is waterfront views. Like,
yes.
She's paying cha-ching. I know it didn't seem like it was in a great area, but waterfront, you're going to pay some money.
Yeah. It's like we did see a little graffiti.
Yeah. No, I think that kind of touches on my favorite part of the movie was the generational divide of like, I don't know about you, but I feel like I've experienced this with women of that same generation where, at least in the workplace for me, like it seems like they want you to experience the same level of struggle they went through because they're a woman, and it's instead of being like, I'm grateful that the next generation has to go through less and I'm happy and supportive of that. Like sometimes it's like, oh, you shouldn't have it easier as a woman because I didn't have it easier. And I feel like that was kind of the way she was she was like, I'm rich now, but I wasn't before. And so, like, I'm not, like, I'm upset that you've had that since birth. Or, like, I feel like that was, like, a lot of what her advice was to her student, to Io's. Like, she was like, you just need to suck it up. And, like, you just need to deal with it. And because that's probably what she's had to do her whole life, which sucks. But, like, I think Io's character was right to be like, I don't want to do that. Like, just because you had to do that doesn't mean that I had to do that. So, I think that look at, like, the difference between generations and, like, how, like, women treat each other. Like, I actually really liked some of that stuff of the movie, but I think it just kind of got lost in some of the other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I did like that part, too. And I feel like that's kind of, like, what people have a problem with Gen Z. Is kind of, like, we're like, we should, why are we doing this? Like, we shouldn't have to do this. It's like, this is wrong. And they're like, no, like, this is what we've always been doing. Like, just go ahead and do it. Because, like, that's the way it's done. So, yeah, that's a good point.
It's big, like, my journey to school was very hard every day. And I had to, like, walk through the snow in the fields. And you're like, okay, well, sorry, I have a car. Sorry, I don't have to deal with that.
It's like I had to have wet socks because I was walking in the snow. It's like, okay, I still want some snow boots, so I don't have to have wet feet. Like, you know, it's like sorry that you had to go through that, but let's get some socks. I mean, let's get some snow boots.
What did you think about the fact that they never showed what actually happened that night? Like, they didn't show what actually happened.
I guess it's because, like, in a lot of stories like that, you don't really know what's happening. So I guess I was just kind of like, I wasn't expecting to know. And I guess it's like, you really just kind of have to use your intuition of, like, what do you think happened and who do you think was in the right, who was in the wrong. But I thought it was very interesting when it was like Andrew Garfield and Julia Roberts at her apartment, or at her separate apartment, when he was like pleading that he didn't do it, but then he pressured her and was kind of like, keep going to her. And I was like, oh, well, that kind of changes things, at least from my perspective. And I was like, And I'm sure for her too, it was kind of like, well, now I don't believe you. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Like,
I like that they didn't show it because I think that's true to real life. Like, unless you're there in that situation, you're never gonna know what's going on. But if you just listen to the people, my favorite thing was that, not my favorite thing, but I thought it was interesting whenever they were in like the Indian restaurant, he didn't even deny it. Like, he didn't even try. Like, he was just like, no, she came on to me, and like I audibly laughed when he was like, no, she said that her partner was out of town, and like, come on, that's a come on. Like, I was like, okay, but men really do be like that. Like, they really do think that comments like that are flirtatious.
My like get out analysis for that scene was that like he was eating those wings in a very messy way, and so to me was just like he was a messy person, and like I don't know, I just didn't believe him because I was like, I'm distracted by the way you're eating these wings. It's like, so I'm not believing you. Because he was like,
this is representative. Yeah,
it was representative, and it's like, I'm just you're not convincing me. But
no, absolutely. Yeah, he's being like careless. Like, he's talking about the fact that he's been accused of rape, and he's just like
munching on some
messily
wings.
eating on some. Which, first of all, give me the restaurant. Like, tell me where that was. It looked good.
I think it was in New Haven.
I am close, so
you are. Yeah, you are.
But no, that's so true. That's a good analysis. Like, he just was like casually and carelessly talking about this thing that's like wrecked this other person.
Greasy fingers and everything.
But I did. Okay.
Oh no, you go ahead.
I also liked this scene later where he did try to push Julia Roberts too after she was telling him no. I think that's so true. I hate whenever it's like, oh, this is a one-time thing. It's like, it's never. Like, men who are like that, it's never a one-time thing. So I did think that was like important to show that he probably is like that frequently, like with women.
Yeah.
What were we gonna say?
Shoot, what was I gonna say? Oh, how did you feel about him being in politics, like at the end?
That felt very, I was like, yeah, I can see that.
Really?
I don't know. That seems like like, I mean, every politician seems like you go and look up their Wikipedia and you're like, really? There's a lot of stuff going on here. Yeah. What did you think he was going to go into?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I didn't really think about it, but now that I think about it, I feel like politics is something that you can get into to kind of get in there. You kind of have to have some charisma to be in politics. You can you don't really have to be tied down to like a school or anything. You could just do like some campaigns or maybe consult. So,
well, and he was a speechwriter, was he not? I don't think he was an actual politician.
Yeah, he wasn't an actual politician. She said something. So, like, he was definitely, like, on a team. But maybe it was a speechwriter. Yeah.
Like, to me, he goes and works on Hillary's campaign, and he's a speechwriter. And then you're like, oh, got some interesting background here. You know? Like, he'd be that kind of, I think, like, guy in politics. Talking about, so you said you wanted to wear, like, a big, blazer, got it made well. I want to go to the Andrew Garfield wardrobe of sweaters over button-ups with a nice jean combo. That's one of my favorite combos. I wanted it.
Really?
I was like, tell me where you shop. Yeah, I love it.
You like that author look.
The other day when I was going to work, I liked all the sweaters. But the other day when I was going to work, Amanda was like, you look like an English professor. And I was like, in a good way? Or...
I was talking about like author, like the aardvark from the show.
Oh, okay, rude. I never watched that, but I have been told before that I looked like Arthur.
Halloween, with the yellow sweater, button up, and some jeans.
Okay, first of all, triggering, because I have been told by someone that I one time was wearing like a yellow sweatshirt and I had blue shorts on, and they were like, oh, are we dressed up like Arthur today? And it was rude. It was offensive.
It is rude.
It did not make me change, but I did think about it for the rest of the day. So thank you for bringing that trauma up for me.
I'm sorry. But yeah, I also want like a good pair of Levi jeans. So I can sing that Beyonce song. And a pretty little thing. Okay, but anyway,
I want to know, this is kind of a side quest, but I want to know how so many people's jobs let them dress up with jeans when they go into the office. Because I see so many girlies that have like the blazer and jeans combo, and I'm like, my office could never. Like, this is not
Really?
business professional. Yeah. I need to catch up with it.
I feel like at Deloitte you could. When I haven't seen jeans lately, but people definitely do wear jeans. I personally don't, unless it was like we were traveling and it was like maybe like a Friday that I was traveling, that I'll just do the jeans and blazer combo. But yeah,
I like it. I think it's cute. I don't think I would do it every day, but I do get a little jealous when I see a girly on a train and she's got a button up, and some jeans and some heels.
How do you feel about like shorts
to the office?
Yeah,
I would never. I don't. First of all, I don't want to see my coworkers' legs. Let's start there. Like, talk about crossing like boundaries in the workplace. That's on theme for this movie. I don't need to see. I don't want to see sandals. Second of all, I don't want to see toes out. Don't show me that in the workplace.
So back on TikTok and during intern season, when I was still on New York TikTok. By the way, I've been like swiping, so I don't get on New York TikTok. But this one girl, she was like going to the office and she had shorts on, and not only were there shorts, but they were like cutoff shorts. And she was like, "Are shorts appropriate for the office?" And so I was like, I would be a disservice to this girl if I don't respond. And I was like, and I tried to be as nice as possible because there are already not a lot of mean comments on TikTok. But I was like, it definitely depends on your company. But I would say like shorts, especially like with fringes, are just like probably not the best. And then she responded back to my company. She was like, "Yeah, it does depend on my." She was like, "Yeah, it definitely depends on like your company." She's like, "But I think my company is like welcome." She was like, "I wore them and it was fine." I'm like, okay.
She thinks. Did she check her workplace code of like dress code?
Yeah, it's like I don't know, but it's like I tried to help you out. Yeah. But no, definitely no shorts.
No, sometimes when I do see people dressing up, I turn into a little bit of a conservative mother where I'm like, "Oh, sweetie, it's a little low cut." Like, we're in the office.
I personally get all of like my work clothes. Like, I try to get them like a size bigger, especially like my pants and stuff. You know, just because I'm not a straight line. So, but yeah. But I thought that was something. Okay, going back to the movie, what did you think about that scene where Julia Roberts was going off on that student?
I feel like if I was that student, I would cry.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been in a class like that, like a little seminar, but it's very intimidating. And I felt like the girl was just really trying hard.
Yeah.
And she did not need to be. And I'm like, philosophy in general, like, aren't all opinions valid, kind of? Like, she was trying to make her argument. So, no, if I was that girl too, I'd be like, okay. And then I would leave and cry in the hallway, probably.
And, like, I feel like I would have been the girl, like, the one time I do my homework, I get yelled at. So, like.
No, the one time you raise your hand and she tries to, like, say
because
something.
I could see it if she was kind of, like, and maybe like she was, but like I could see if she was like Io's character, like some kind of like maybe like wealthy, like uber privileged, like going in there like being like, "Oh, what about this?" And then like Julia Roberts is trying to like put her in her place. But I just didn't get that vibe from that girl. I felt like she was really just trying to work hard and like do her job. Like you saw all those papers struggled out there, like she was highlighting and everything.
Yeah. And I mean, sitting next to her was the guy who told Julia Roberts that like the only reason why she would get tenure is because she's a woman in academia, believes it. So I was like, why are we yelling at the women? Like at the end of the day, Julia Roberts
you should have picked up the guy that didn't say anything. But also Julia Roberts taking those prescriptions. I also like the doctor in the movie, but then she took those prescriptions and
when people do that, I'm always like, there's paper trails, there are now computer trails. You're going to get in trouble for stealing a prescription.
Yeah.
problem. She also was really mean to her, and I was like, you should probably be nicer to this lady if you're gonna like illegally steal her prescription pad.
And she was going through her. Oh, that's why she was going through her bag. Was to her to get more. Gotcha. I was like, what is she going through? Gotcha.
And the bar.
Mm-hmm.
I did like her clapback though. Whenever she was like, "Why would I trust you as a therapist? You just told me all of your patients." Like you just broke. I was like, "Oh." I was like, "You're being a little bean," but you know.
Yeah.
I agree.
But, yeah, that's what it was.
What did you think about the ending, like the like kind of epilogue where it flashes forward like 5 or 6 years, and Julia Roberts and Io's character get like a dinner and all that.
Also, Julia Roberts is now Dean.
Yeah.
Interesting. But it's like interesting, not surprised.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Io's character being engaged now. Also not surprised when it was a 43-year-old woman. I was kind of surprised of how she asked about Andrew Garfield's character. She was like, "Oh, like what is he doing now?" And it's like, do you really want to know? Like, your alleged assaulter? Like, what is he doing now? You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was also kind of quick. So, but I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
How did you feel about it?
Yeah, same. I was like, at first I was like, oh my gosh, she's Dean. That's surprising. Then I was like, you know what? It's really not surprising because should she probably also have gotten fired from her job? Yes, and I don't understand why she didn't get fired from her job. But yeah, I mean, not surprising that her marriage and her career were both not affected by it. So I did like the part where Io's character was like, "You just never change. Like nothing affects you." Like I thought that was a good like, I don't know, probably got under Julia Roberts' skin. Yeah, I think Io's character was like very much like wanted to come across like, "Oh, this doesn't bother me anymore," and like I've matured and my life is better and I'm not worried about it. So, like you can tell me like what's going on. But I did think it was funny when she was engaged to a much older woman. I was like, we gotta process that a little bit, girl. Like we gotta, we need to go some therapy for that as well.
Do you think she got her PhD?
No, but also they said they saw each other again at a conference, I think. So I would assume maybe they're in still similar fields. I don't know. Maybe she was a writer then. I mean, it didn't seem like her character really wanted to go into philosophy. Like she was plagiarizing, and it didn't seem like she knew that like what she wanted to do for her dissertation and all of that.
Yeah, it was giving that like honestly, it was giving that like she could just drop out and like life will still be fine, you know?
Yeah,
like nothing was really riding on her. Yeah, like nothing was really riding on her. She was like, I just not feeling it anymore. So,
yeah, which I think they brought up like appropriately when Julia Roberts and Andrew Garfield were like, our whole lives depend on this, and like if we lose our jobs, we can't really ever build it back up. But her character was rich and she could. Like I think that was like an interesting like thing to highlight and talk about.
Yeah, but then even like their whole lives kind of depended on that, but like they're both
but clearly
fine.
it didn't.
Yeah, like they're both fine, which I feel like that was kind of like the director or the writer's kind of point, being like everybody wants to be like, oh, this person's super privileged, or oh, this person's like super bad, or like X, Y, and Z, and it's like we all have our faults at the end of the day. So yeah. But interesting. Does this make you want to go?
Good.
I was like, does this make you want to go back to school?
On this camp, like with these people, I think sometimes there is like a like in these kind of things there's like a nostalgia for like you're all on campus, you're all just talking about ideas and like you're hosting dinner parties and like a lot of that. Like I was like, oh, if these people were not toxic, I probably would. So if I you know what, I kind of was like, I've never wanted to go into academia, but like the fact that her day was just like she just go hang out and write for a couple hours and like lead a seminar.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
it seems like there could be worse jobs out there. That's for sure.
Yeah, you could be the dean of the college. So.
Oh. I mean, hey.
Did you think that Frank should have left her in the end?
Oof.
Here's my thing. Whenever they're having a discussion in the kitchen where he's like, you'd be more attracted to me if I was in the philosophy section. Whenever he's like, oh, I won the battle, but I lost the war or whatever. And she was like, I still married you. I'm still here. Like, she says it in the most, like, while I'm here. I was like, Frank, you gotta leave. You gotta have some self-respect. This woman does not respect you. I couldn't tell if she liked Frank even. Like, it was very hard.
She was giving Frank a lot of strife throughout the movie. Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah.
I think he should have.
Yeah, I don't know.
She cheated on him.
She did. She wasn't very nice to him. Yeah. Even like when he would text her about like what's for dinner, she would like roll her eyes and then go see Andrew Garfield, you know?
No, I'm like, a lot of people would kill to have their spouse just be like, can I make you a whatever it was she was making. I also think that her like I just think he put up with a lot because I think she criticized Andrew Garfield for flirting with all his students, but I mean she was kind of flirting with all of her students too, and her husband saw that and called it out and was okay with still stayed. So
yeah, and like he would, like I said, leave them pills out for her in the morning, knowing that she was out and about. But yeah, poor Frank. Shout out to Frank though.
I mean, he had a nice apartment.
He did, yeah. It seemed like he can cook, too. It seemed like he was kind of, like, funny, kind of witty. We like Frank.
He made money. He's a doctor, or he's a psychiatrist, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what did you rate the movie on Letterboxd?
This was a tough one for me. I think, which is funny, because this is what I've ranked all the ones recently. I ranked it a 3.5, but I think I'm going to go back and rank it a 3. Because it was very thought-provoking, where I was like, do I agree with these ideas they're presenting? Do I not agree with these ideas? But I don't think I enjoyed the movie. Like, I was not having a good time, and I don't think I would rewatch it. So,
yeah, I did rank it a 3. There were a couple parts, I'm not going to lie, I did bring my lunch to the movies, and so sometimes I kind of like nodded off. I still got all the points down.
I'll tell you that. Keep that to yourself.
I like the chicken, when he was eating the chicken, I was like, okay, he's ranting, and I'm like, he's still eating the chicken. All right. I was like, I'm just going to close your eye. I'm just going to close my eyes and imagine him eating the chicken.
You got to have some caffeine before you go to the movies.
I did bring like a soda. I think it's just like, Chelsea, you need to go to bed. But I ranked it a 3, and I kind of like sat on Letterboxd, and it's like I want to rank it more because they had a lot of topics in there that I felt like it was an interesting way to bring up the topics. But I just couldn't reason for giving it more stars, you know? So, I kept it as 3.
Yeah, I think sometimes for me too, I'm like, if this movie did not have these specific actors in it, would I have liked it as much? And I don't think, I think Julia Roberts did a really, really good job. And I think that if she wasn't leading it, I wouldn't have liked it as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll probably go for a 3 with mine too.
Wait, okay, can we talk about the slap?
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be like a big turning point. Like, I thought it was going to get her like suspended or something, but nope. Just...
That's why I'm saying the psychological drama. It was not a psychological drama in my mind. Like a lot of the stuff that you felt was like building the stuff just kind of, I don't know.
Ta-da. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so going to our ranking, you have One Battle After Another, The Long Walk, Tron Ares, Him, and then The Smashing Machine. where would you rank After the Hunt in that?
This is such a tough decision for me every week because I tend to have favorite movies and then there's just a lot in the middle. And then there's like my least favorite movies. Okay. I'm going to stick with One Battle After Another first, then The Long Walk, then Tron Ares.
Ooh.
I think I might go then him and then After the Hunt and then The Smashing Machine just because it's easy. Smashing Machine's last in my opinion, but I think I would rewatch him. Like I think in a year or two I would I might rewatch him when it comes to Halloween next year. I just don't know if I would rewatch this movie. I think there are other better movies that go into the topics that they wanted to deal with.
Yeah.
But I do think that I was more entertained than I was in The Smashing Machine. I'm sorry to Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your rating?
I think I'm going to put it... Ooh, this is going to be an unpopular opinion. I'm going to do One Battle After Another, Tron Ares, and then After the Hunt, and then The Long Walk. Yeah.
Whoa.
I feel like this movie... Well, you were like, I don't think I'm going to watch this again. I think I would watch this again with, like, maybe, like, new friends to see, like, where they are morally, you know? Like, I feel like this is, like, a good discussion movie.
No, it is
like,
a good discussion movie.
Yeah, and if they'd be like, I didn't like Frank, I'd be like, interesting. Why? You know? Let's have a Socratic seminar.
Yeah. You pause it halfway through and you're like, what do you think about Andrew Garfield? Do you believe Io's character?
Yeah. I feel like we could definitely have like a good discussion on this movie, you know? And then also the New England aesthetic, the New England school aesthetic. I really appreciate that. So
I do think this movie would be enjoyed better with someone to chit chat about afterwards. Because afterwards I was like, oh, I really wish Jocelyn was here with me to chit chat.
Aw. Well, I'm here now.
Okay. A week and a half later.
Sorry. But yeah. But overall, you know, it wasn't too bad. This was the same director as Challengers, which I feel like...
Yes, and Call Me By Your Name.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've seen Call Me By My Name.
Okay. You're not an ally. It's okay. I understand. No, you know what? Call Me By Your Name is also a very popular movie that's not my favorite to me. It has a very, like it's a really good summertime aesthetic movie. Like, I would want to be in this movie and be their neighbors, but not be a part of the stuff that happens in Call Me By Your Name.
And I feel like Challengers was another kind of like, which character was right, which character was wrong. Like, you can definitely discuss it, you know?
Yeah, he loves complex people, complex relationships. Well, in Call Me By Your Name, the main couple is I think Armie Hammer is like a college TA. It's an older and a younger person. So I feel like that's a theme. Seems to be coming up a lot.
Yeah. Okay, Luca. I think that's his name.
No, it's like, which professor were you in love with? Like, are you okay? Which older adult traumatized you?
Let's discuss this. But yeah, but okay. What movie are we doing next week? Do we know yet?
I don't think we know yet.
Okay, well, it's okay. We'll figure it out.
Coming to you next week will be a surprise episode.
Yeah. We're about to get into, like, holiday season. Do you know
maybe... Go ahead.
Do you know any artists that come out with a Christmas album? The other day I was like, I want to listen to a new album, but like a Christmas album. I feel like they usually drop
a new one. I mean, Sabrina Carpenter did one last year.
She did?
When was the last? Yeah, didn't she do? Or was it the year before she did like a holiday special? No, maybe it was a couple years ago. Then she did like a holiday album.
Special. I know
she has a lot of holiday songs though. You can see them on Spotify.
Yeah. Okay.
Or Apple Music. I don't know. When was the last time Pentatonics dropped something? You know, they're gonna drop something soon.
Yeah, it's like I love Pentatonics, but it's like when I go search their names, it's like I already have like 15 albums. It's like, which Christmas album was this?
They've covered every Christmas song. Like there is no more Christmas songs for them to cover.
They started.
Who would do one this year?
I don't know. It's always somebody kind of random. You know, first it was like John Legend. And then last year, I think Dan and Shay came out with one. Which
I've been to a Dan and Shay concert.
Have you really?
Tacoma, Washington. It was a good time. You know, it wasn't very expensive tickets, which is why I bought it. My friend really liked them. It was a good time. Yeah,
nice.
They were pretty good.
I don't mind them. Don't mind them at all. But anyway, it was kind of a
Who would you
question.
want to put out a Christmas album?
I feel like I'm just kind of like a fan of hers right now. Olivia Dean. Would love to hear her voice sing. Like Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire by Olivia Dean. I feel like be a good one. Let's see, who else? I feel like Adele would be like a good... No, it might be too slow.
I'm just mad that you stole my answer. I was gonna pick Olivia Dean as well.
Oh, she's the it girl right now. That's all. So
yes, but some of us have been with her for longer, so you know.
Yeah.
I love her through her. Well, Amanda even more. I just liked her for the past year, but yeah, Adele could be a good one though. It's really these British artists, you know.
They're really killing the game, honestly, and the actors too.
Sometimes it is like, can America put out good actors and singers? Because every time you go to someone's Wikipedia page, you're like, oh, okay, they're from the UK. I would love to see. I mean, Julia Roberts, you know, Atlanta, Georgia, though.
She's yeah. But I feel like it's gotten even worse with a lot of like the filming, like being in London now, like Marvel movies, like even the Fantastic Four. Like 2 out of the 4 were British. Like
yeah, but also I feel like a lot of new American actors are like starting more as like influencers and stuff like that, and a lot of British, it's like they're like, I was in theater for 15 years and I was like privately trained. So.
Yeah, maybe, but yeah, and even I still think about Warfare and how majority of those actors portraying Navy SEALs were British. And
no,
one
sometimes
girl,
it is like, you should say no. Like, you should.
Yeah, but one girl was like, she was naming the characters who would just have no idea who like George Bush was or like who Dick Cheney was, and she was like, I just felt like they probably shouldn't have been in the movie, you know.
No, it's like, my culture is not your costume. I did not need you to go be at Iraqi.
I mean, it was a good movie. They did a good job. Is that me? I'm sure they prepped.
Yeah, it's not me, I'll tell you that.
I'm sure they prepped well for it and everything, but it's just kind of like, at the end of the day, it's like, wow, they probably, you know, don't really get it, or like don't really know like the history behind it. So anyway.
Yeah, no, I agree. All right, so that was a wrap on After the Hunt. We'll get back to you on if we rewatch it again in a year or two and chat more about it. So everyone make sure to follow, like, subscribe. You can follow us on TikTok and Instagram at A-listers_pod. That's all one word. Or you can email us at moviesandyap@gmail.com. And you can listen wherever you get your Spotify. You want to go to YouTube, you want to watch us, go on there. You want to see us and listen to us on Spotify, as you should, go ahead. Or if you are some of the few people that go listen to Apple Music, you can also hear us on there.
Few people.
It's like whenever someone's text turned green and I'm like, oh, you're not an iPhone? Okay.
Don't do us like that. We're not that much of a minority, okay? I did think it was more, well, the last time I did Google this, because I'm like, Spotify users act like it's anomaly. Anyway. And I think it's like Spotify users are like 60%, Apple Music's like 30%, and then the rest is like other. Which is like, that was a few years ago. I feel like Apple Music has.
But
gained
that's
some
double.
people.
I'm just saying that's.
Yeah, but it's
Thing.
we still have, a good prominence. We could be Amazon Music. Y'all are treating us out here like we're Amazon Music.
Who even?
Some people do. I have seen that.
Doesn't Kiara listen to YouTube music?
She did. When we roomed together, she was a YouTube music girly. Yeah.
No, because I do remember that in college. And for the listeners,
Yeah.
this is our frequently mentioned former roommate and Jocelyn's still best friend, Kira, who I think I remember that where I was like, I went to send her some music and I was like, what do you listen on? And she was like, YouTube music. And I was like, what?
Kira was also an Android user. So.
People from Ohio, they're a real problem. They are a real problem.
But yeah.
It's like when someone says they use Mint Mobile or like Ryan Reynolds. Or like something random like that.
But moral of the story is we are still normal citizens. Like, don't treat Apple Music people like that.
For sure. Okay.
Like, we could be YouTube TV. I mean, we could be YouTube Music. We could be Amazon Music. We could be Pandora. Okay.
To me, when someone says listen to anything on not Spotify, it's like when you see an actor promote something and they're like, "Watch my new show on Mubi. Watch my new show on Loopy Doopy," and you're like, "What?"
No, it's not. It's still a mainstream thing.
I'm like, babe, if the name sounds like a dating app, I'm not downloading it. Like, I'm not.
Question for you though, on TikTok, I have a feature where like if it's a song, it's a feature that says add to playlist, and it adds to an Apple Music playlist. Does Spotify have that feature?
I'm sure it does. I'll go look, but I believe
but does it have it? I don't think it does, because it's just like down there, like it's so quick, so easy. It's just like boop. So
I will look.
Okay,
but I
shouldn't have to look that hard. It should just be there.
The thing is, there's a laziness epidemic, and Spotify just encourages its users to not skip over all the things in life. It wants us to have to think things through and do things. So,
okay, sure.
I stand by it.
All
stand by it. All right, but that's a wrap on After the Hunt, and but not a wrap on this podcast or this friendship. We will see you guys back here next week with a TBD movie that will be announced soon.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.